everybody, I'm Jeff Emig. Welcome to Inside Alli Sports. Today we're on location at Loretta Lynn's ranch at Hurricane Mills, Tennessee, which is the site of the Red Bull AMA Amateur National Motocross. Ricky Carmichael cut his teeth on this track before turning pro and winning 10 consecutive outdoor motocross titles and 5 supercross titles. We'll catch up with him and find out what it's like for him to return to his amateur racing roots. I'm Jeff Emig, and for this episode, we're taking you inside motocross. Well, Ricky, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Now, since the early 80s, this track has only been used once a year. How does this set the stage for the biggest amateur motocross race of the year?
Well, thanks for welcoming me on, and for sure it's, like you said, it is the stepping stone for an amateur, whether you're an 80 rider, 60 rider, even 50cc riders. You know, there's little guys on little Pee-wee shaft drives. I mean, the bikes are so tiny, and it's the biggest amateur race in the world. You got guys coming from different countries, and you got all the manufacturers here, a lot of sponsors here. I mean, some recruiting definitely going on here, without a doubt. Checking this young talent out. It's a good time too. I think the promoters do a great job with the track. So, you know, you talk about that reverence when you say Loretta Lynn's. Those are things that come to mind, just the horsepower that this race has.
You came up through the system here as an amateur, won 7 titles, and now you're back for the first time after the greatest pro career that anyone's ever had. Why come back as a vet rider?
Well, it's like, you know, why do I come back as a vet rider now? It's in my blood. Just like you, I love racing motorcycles, and I've always wanted to come back and experience this race in a little bit different light. You know, when I was a young kid coming here, not gonna say that it wasn't fun, but I had a lot of pressure on me.
A little bit more pressure.
A little bit more pressure when I was an amateur. Here, yeah, do I want to win? Absolutely. This year in the vet class, for sure. Is it going to change my life if I don't? Absolutely not. But I like the vibe. I love what this race is about. I love what it represents, especially for the young guys in the future of our sport coming up. That's what I like, and I've wanted to come back and experience it in that kind of light and not so much pressure.
For the record, Ricky's ridden 1 race now, 1 moto. You won your moto. Nice to get the cobwebs out, get back on the track. A little nervous at all?
Yeah, you know what? I was. I tell you, I feel much more relaxed for my moto tomorrow than I do today. It was weird. As right before the gate was dropped, my mouth is getting dry. I was
well,
like,
that's because it's 100 degrees. The heat index is over 100 here.
Yeah, you're right. It was warm, and my moto is at like 4:30. I got another one tomorrow at 1, so it should be even better.
Hey, speaking of tomorrow, let's talk about the kids that are here where we were years ago.
Right.
The kids that are here now, going to go pro this year or the next couple of years. Who do you like?
You know, I am really loving the talent coming up, especially, you know, you got Jeremy Martin. He actually got hurt before this race. I think he separated his shoulder a couple weeks ago, so he's not here, but he was the favorite, without a doubt. I was fortunate enough to race him at one of the area qualifiers, and the guy has incredible speed. Alex Rodriguez, Zach Bell, his first moto, just totally dominated. I think he set the fastest time of the weekend so far. And, you know, I just love watching this young talent come up. They're so incredibly fast.
So the importance for these kids, I mean, they're here, they're trying to make it to the pro ranks. Take yourself back to your final year, 1996. A lot of pressure right then to make it happen at this one event before you go pro, yeah?
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure for that one event, Jeff. This could make or break you. You know, like we talked about earlier, you know, we got all these, you know, the upper echelon guys from all these manufacturers and all these sponsors looking at you, knowing that you're going to turn pro. And, you know, this is, you want to set a good precedent. You want to come out here as a champion and keep that momentum going into your professional ranks a couple weeks later, what some of these guys are going to do, like we talked about, so to really set you up for the future.
For the kids that are racing, that are watching, what's the most valuable lesson that you learned racing the amateur program here like Loretta's that you use in your life or in your racing career?
You know, I think the most valuable lesson I've learned is in order to do it right, you got to work extremely hard and give it everything you got. And I think that applies for everything in life. The best that you can do, and I've heard you say it, you know, as long as you give it 110%, that's all you can do.
10 professional motocross titles, 5 supercross titles. Now going after the plus 25 here at Loretta.
That's right.
Ricky Carmichael, thanks for joining us. Good luck.
Thanks.
Well, that's it from Loretta's here in Hurricane Mills, Tennessee. For Inside Alli Sports, I'm Jeff Emig. Thanks for watching.